Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's episode of Pete's Power Plays. I'm your host, the King of the Ice and Daily, and of course, the fantasy football guru himself, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. This is the Tuesday, September 28th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your afternoons and hanging out with yours truly as we discuss. Listen, there's a lot on tap today. I didn't talk to you guys on, let me straighten this out real quick for y'all. So, we didn't have much time at all last week when we spoke to you. So, Thursday was the last time I talked to you guys. So, Tuesday and Wednesday I have to make up for you. So, today's a loaded card. If you didn't see on Twitter, take a look. We'll see what's on tap for today. But this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Sports are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we know. What better way to start cashing out large than going to BetUS? Set up an account today. Use the promo code 12ounce. That's 12OZ. Again, 12OZ. The O and the Z are caps. Simple as that. So again, BetUS. Create an account. Use the promo code 12ounce. And hey, put something in today. They'll match your first deposit up to 125%. That's pretty good numbers. And always remember to gamble responsibly. That's BetUS. Once again, create an account. Use the promo code 12ounce. Zingo TV, channel 761. Those out there that are tuning in to today's episode of Pete's Power Plays, welcome aboard. If you don't have Zingo TV, it is a free app. I recommend you get it. You know, it's on every streaming device out there, every free streaming device out there. It really is. It's a great thing. Download it today at Zingo TV, and then when doing so, use the promo code 12ounce. Again, 12OZ, and then flip over to channel 761 where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And last but not least, Amazon.com. We have a site out there as well. Buy something today. Cold weather is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. And what better way to get warmed up than go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Again, www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Also, I want to tell you guys about another acquisition here. Calling all sports fans, ladies and gentlemen. Show us what you got. Basically, win cash prizes, compete against your friends and relatives. Free contests are posted basically every week as well. The pick is yours, and it is called the Pick'em Wars. Okay, Pick'em Wars is a 100% free-to-play sports game. We offer weekly contests for NFL and NCAA games as well. All you got to do is pick the winners of each game. The users, however, with the most correct picks share a piece of our weekly prizes, and these are top of the line prizes as well. I highly recommend you check this out. Pick'em Wars, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go wrong there. Battle your friends, battle your relatives, your significant other by all means. Whatever you got to do is Pick'em Wars. Check them out. Again, if you like sports and if you like free money, they're going to be watching the game anyways. Why not? Join them today, okay, at pick'emwars.com to play. Simple as that. Now, of course, I will be sharing a link as well, so look out for that after the show, and we can go from there. So you have UFC, you have MLB contests. They'll also be adding in NHL and college basketball in the near future. So stay on the lookout. Pick'em Wars, ladies and gentlemen, and check them out today. Create an account and start battling everyone that you know. Simple as that. So there you go. But again, today, Pete's Power Plays, we have a loaded menu today. Let's start off with the NFL Daily Fantasy. So we've cashed out. Okay, we're in the week. We're heading to week 4. Week 3 just concluded. The Eagles were absolutely terrible. Okay, absolutely brutal game by my boys last night. So I wasn't too happy with that whatsoever. just the defense is not good. All right. Yeah, sorry about this, by the way. Just we had my daughter's christening, so there's things all over the place. I'm using basically using a little desk that's kind of small compared to my table that I usually use, so that had to be used for all the food. So I gotta grab the table back, and that's out basically out in the living room right now. So I have to grab that back and maneuver back into the kitchen and get ready to rock and roll. But right now I'm on a little tray table, so it's been working out so far, I guess, for now. So we'll see what happens. But daily fantasy, Eagles need to wake up a little bit. Absolutely brutal showing last night. Defense got shredded. The run game looks bad. Obviously, the loss to Brandon Graham is a big loss. And Derek Barnett needs to go. He's just a frustrating piece of that Eagles defense, and he's not going to get any better right now. So, I mean, right now he's an absolute bust, and I'm not liking at all what I see from Derek Barnett whatsoever. But again, and of course, the run game for the Eagles. Again, what are you doing? You have Miles Sanders, okay? Use him, okay? He ripped off a couple great runs, and but on top of that, I mean, you don't use him. There was not one run play in that first quarter. Absolutely dreadful, pathetic. Jalen Hurts, again, you're a young kid. I get it. You have wide receivers out there that can catch the ball. Just throw it to him. A couple really bad passes from him last night. The one interception, you got to lead Rieger, man. Rieger is a fast dude. Like, lead him. That was a touchdown if you let him. But you underthrew him and it was an interception. So obviously he's got a wake up call. No, it is not time for Minshew mania. Okay, Philly fans, relax. It's only week 3. Calm down. We're 1-2. It's not like we're 0-3. Okay, where you need to maybe put in somebody else. But no, we're 1-2. Relax. The season's early. Okay, no need for Minshew. Okay, to make this team even worse. And no, we're not trading for Deshaun Watson. He's a washed-up, arrogant player as well that I do not want at all. But however, I think he might go to the Miami Dolphins. We'll see what happens. But back on track with the NFL DFS. I moved on, obviously, from this Cowboys-Eagles game. I'm ready for KC, and I think KC is going to blow us out as well. So I'm looking forward to a 1-3 start in the first 4 weeks of the NFL season. So that's just how it goes. I didn't expect the Eagles to be that good this year, honestly. DFS, though. We did not cash out any of our lineups, of course. Actually, no, I lied. Thursday night lineup, the clients cashed out double their money, okay? So $10 entry paid you out $20, $20 paid you $40, $5 paid you $10. I mean, Thursday Night Football is really our best friend since week 1. We've been cashing out every Thursday Night Football game since week 1. So we're rocking and rolling. Obviously, there was no Sunday NFL DFS because of the daughter's christening, which was great, by the way. She was snoring during her, basically the ceremony of the holy water over her head as she was sleeping. And it was funny because the deacon was cracking up. He broke character, cracking up at the fact that, hey, your daughter is sleeping through this entire thing, was actually snoring. So that was actually pretty funny. It was a great highlight of a baptism, I have to say. But no DFS on Sunday. Last night we had a DFS. Of course, that didn't cash out. Clients didn't cash, and the Twitter lineup didn't cash out. But since week 1, between Twitter lineups and client lineups, we've cashed out 6 lineups already. That's awesome. Okay, 3 weeks in, we cashed out 6 lineups. Can't be any happier. So let's keep the train rolling. And I'll talk Wednesday and tomorrow and Thursday about upcoming DFS lineups and player locks to look forward to when we head into week 4. Moving on. Okay, we have basically NHL preseason games. I don't bet NHL preseason. I'm not a degenerate like that. I get it. Hockey is my thing when it comes to betting, and of course, fantasy football is my thing as well. But hockey, I'm just ready. I'm saving my juice for the NHL season, okay? I'm not betting on preseason games. No need to. Listen, there's a lot of people on Twitter that do it, and hey, kudos to you for doing that. But I'm saving my juice for the NHL season. Like always, it's my 4th season capping the sport. And obviously, record and units stand. And if you don't believe me, check out my timeline, and there's proof. So, and also those that are interested in signing up, DM me today. If you're not following me, follow me at The Real Pete Tooch. You can also search up Philly Pete. I'm probably the only guy there. Follow me if you're interested. We could talk. Again, I'm doing my NHL season package that includes playoffs, Stanley Cup futures, over-under total season point futures, and also the combo on top of that with the NFL DFS for the rest of the season, that's a total of $350. If you separately just want to do the NHL, that's still $350. Okay, that's still $350 for the NHL season and playoff package. NFL DFS is $100 still for the rest of the season. I think after week 4, I'm going to drop that down to $75 for the rest of the season for the DFS. That includes playoffs too. So you're getting the best, if not, one of the best, if not the best, package on Twitter when it comes to NHL season and daily fantasy football. So NHL preseason, okay, we opened up on Saturday at 2 games. You had the Habs and the Leafs, and you had the Wild and the Blues. Toronto with a 4-1 win. St. Louis and Minnesota. St. Louis with a 6-2 win. Again, St. Louis to miss the playoffs is at plus 230. I already booked that. I don't like what I've been seeing from the Minnesota Wild at all. Last year I was on their train. This year not so much. Again, it's preseason, but we'll see what happens when the upcoming season does come. But 6-2 for the Blues. Absolutely pitiful for the Minnesota Wild. Sunday, we had a huge day on the ice. Nashville, Florida, 5-4 Florida there. Boston 3-2 over Washington. 3-1 Florida again. Rangers and Isles. Isles 4-0, showing that they are the cream of the crop right there in the Battle of New York. Anaheim, San Jose 6-3 Ducks. 3-2 Senators. Kraken with their first win in the NHL preseason-wise with a 5-3 win there. Vancouver was up 2-0. I see a lot of first-period overs for the Kraken this year. I really do. Just like the Edmonton Oilers, I'm on as well. And I look forward, and same with Vancouver. I do. I like a lot of Vancouver preseason games have hit the first period over quite easily. Edmonton 4-0, and then San Jose in the nightcap 4-2 against Vegas. And then last night we had Columbus shutting out the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-0. You had the Montreal Canadiens taking care of business 5-2. You had Arizona and LA 2-1 for the Coyotes there. Blues go to 2-1 in the preseason with a 2-1 victory against the Dallas Stars. And Vancouver wins 4-2 against the Calgary Flames. And once again, another first period over cashes out for the Vancouver Canucks. So maybe I'm hoping this is a great sign going into the upcoming season. And then for tonight, you have a loaded menu. Again, I do not go through preseason games for bets. All right, so if you're just tuning in, I'm saving the juice for the NHL season. But tonight's games, we have a lot. Boston and New York. You have Buffalo and Columbus. Tampa, Carolina. Philly playing their first preseason game at home against the Islanders. Kraken is heading to Edmonton. Kings, Sharks, and then lately, the nightcap, you have the Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. And this Kraken Oilers game is set at 6.5. Some books are even at 7 right now. So, we'll see what happens. I'm expecting to see a lot of 6.5s this upcoming season for Edmonton and maybe even Kraken games. So we'll see what happens. But that's NHL preseason for you, And on that note, I want to take a quick 2-minute commercial break. And when I get back, I will talk NHL Stanley Cup odds, updated because I get this out once a week for you guys. And the President Trophy odds. I did not talk about this at all over the summer and the past couple weeks, so I am excited to get this rocking and rolling with you guys. President's Trophy winner odds, Stanley Cup winner trophy odds, and there you go. So sit back, relax, give me 2, and I will be right back.
Twelve-Ounce Sports has a new home for betting. BetUS.com is the official place to place your bets and support 12-Ounce Sports. All you have to do is go to BetUS.com and type in the promo code 120OZE and you'll instantly get a deposit bonus. This is America's favorite sportsbook. And remember, always gamble responsibly.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Tuesday, brand new week, brand new episode, September 28th, 2021 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only King of the Ice and fantasy football guru, Philly Pete. And we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your afternoons and hanging out with. It's a busy time nowadays. Everyone's busy. Right? It's the springtime. I wish. It's the fall time. Everyone's going back to school. Everyone's busy. Got teachers out there that are back to full-time jobs after the summer. So we appreciate that. And again, thank you so much for taking your lunches, your breakfast, your dinners, wherever you may be across the world, and hanging out with me, of course, the King of the Ice and fantasy football guru, as we talk now into NHL. Okay, if you missed the first segment of the show, don't be alarmed. I will be retweeting it after the show, so you guys could basically go back. I talked about basically NFL DFS for the weekend. Basically, I only had a Thursday night and a Monday night lineup, and then I talked about NHL preseason. All right, so if you missed out, check that out. Once again, I don't bet on NHL preseason games, but again, saving the juice for the regular season. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. The NHL updated Stanley Cup odds. Again, I do this once a week for you guys so you can get somewhat of a best bang for your buck. And a little bit of changes here. This was updated as of this morning at 5 a.m. So, we're about 7 hours in. So, Avalanche, they were at 5-1. They're at 6-1 now. Lightning at 7-1. The Vegas Golden Knights at 9-1. Boston at 12-1. I believe Boston was at 10-1 at some point. Now they're at 12-1. Toronto Maple Leafs at 12-1. Hurricanes, Pens, Panthers, Isles at 20-1. Well, listen, if you guys listen to me like during the course of the summer when these lines first came out, Panthers and the Isles were about 25-1, 24-1. So we locked those in early. They're at 20-1 now. Still good numbers. Minnesota Wild at 22-1. Oilers at 22-1. The Oilers, it just depends on Mike Smith this year. I really don't mind that number. It's a good number, but it just really depends on Mike Smith. Caps at 25-1. Rangers at 25-1. Stars 35-1. We locked that in at basically same thing. It still hasn't moved. I do like the Stars this year. 35-1. That's a good number. I had 34-1. So really that hasn't really moved. Blues 35-1. The biggest jump, Canadians went from 18-1 up to 40-1. Unbelievable. Flames at 40-1. Jets 40-1. Some books like DraftKings and FanDuel have 45-1 for the Jets still, and I absolutely love that. I really do love that spot there. That's a good outside the box pick for me to win the cup. And right behind them, the Blackhawks. Okay, I locked these bad boys in at 66-1 over the summer. They're at 40-1 now. I mean, it's still a great number. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, even if you have 75-1 or 80-1 in the beginning of the summer when these lines first come out, like I said, this is why I'm giving you guys these numbers early, and that's why you listen to this show during the course of the summer to lock in as early as possible. Blackhawks now are at 40-1, still a good number. Devils 50-1, Kraken 50-1. That was at 100-1 over the summer, and that's what we have it locked in as well. Just a small little bet there for the Kraken, 50-1 there. Canucks at 50-1. I like that as well. I believe the Canucks actually were at 66-1 not too long ago. Now they dropped to 50-1. Again, another consideration there. They had the last 3 weeks of the season last year absolutely terrible because of COVID. They didn't want to play, basically. They gave up on the season. Look for the Canucks to make some noise in the West. That's all I'm saying. I've been saying this time in and time out again. Them to win the division is also at, I believe, 16-1 to win. So I will even update those tomorrow for you guys. But I love the Canucks to have basically have a comeback season this year and to make the playoffs. To make the playoffs, they're plus 145. I will very much consider taking that bet, as should you. I really expect the Canucks to make some noise here. The Kings, 66-1. Preds, Kings as well, 25-1 to win the division. And I believe they are 40-1 to win the conference. So, again, a little bang for your buck there for the Kings, who should have a nice improvement this upcoming season as well. Preds at 66-1. Jackets at 100-1. Sens, 150-1. Ducks, Coyotes as well at 150-1. Red Wings, 150-1. And then, of course, the Buffalo Sabres there at 200-1. You could probably cross out all those teams there. Even the San Jose Sharks at 80-1, and probably the Predators at 66-1. So I'm not really high on them this season, but I mean, like I said, it's it's anyone's game this year. I mean, and like I said, mentionables to the Kings, the Kraken, the Blackhawks, really, and the Jets too. I mean, those are big time honorable mentions. Specifically, Jets and Blackhawks. You saw what the Jets did last year. I mean, you have a great goaltender, Connor Hellebuck. Absolutely, you do. You brought in Brandon Dillon. Okay, like I said, I can't stress this enough. Offense is pretty solid. They swept the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs last year, only to lose to the Montreal Canadiens. I'm telling you guys this time in and time out. I mean, the Jets are a team to look out for. If you can still get 40 to 45 to 1, put a ticket on it. Put a $10 wager on it if you want. Don't go crazy, but I'm really digging what I like with this Jets team. I really, really do. Blackhawks, you saw what they did in the offseason. Seth Jones, you had Tyler Johnson, you had the Flower. I mean, you had Jonathan Toews coming back. Maybe a final run for Toews and Kane. And you have a great updated goaltender there as well. Like I said, so Hawks at 40 to 1. If you missed out at that 75, 65 to 1. But at 40 to 1, it's still a great number. It's an absolute great number, and I expect high expectations for the Hawks this year as well. And of course, a lot of people are here and there about this team, but the Dallas Stars, I love the Stars this year. I do. I think they get back to the playoffs. Listen, this team was a Stanley Cup team, COVID season 2020. I mean, only to lose to Lightning in the finals, but injuries took a big time. The plague definitely hit them last season. Okay, injuries. All right, just not enough scoring. It happens. COVID. I mean, it's still, we're dealing with this every day still. But the fact that the Stars are 35 to 1, 36 to 1, wherever you may have it, still a solid number there. I mean, to consider. And I think they do make the playoffs. I think they make a good run. They basically have the same squad. They have Qdoin back there in net as well. So as long as this team can stay healthy, they can make some noise there in the West as well. So again, these are out-of-the-box teams to absolutely consider when placing your Stanley Cup future bets. So there you have it there in terms of updated Stanley Cup odds. When it comes to the Western Conference, Eastern Conference, really not much has changed. Like I said, when I talked to you guys about this last time, I think the only change that I see here was the Penguins going from 10 to 1 to 9 to 1. That's really the only thing that I've seen that's changed. And I think Bruins went from 5 to 1 to 6 to 1. So, it's really not much has changed here. Devils are still at 30 to 1. Kings are still at 28 to 1 in the West. But, I mean, I'll talk about this basically this week with you guys and more updates. Dallas Stars, they went from 16 to 1 to 14 to 1 to win the West. So they moved up a little bit. Blackhawks went from 20 to 1 to 22 to 1 now to win the West. Winnipeg Jets went from 18 to 1 to 16 to 1. So again, a little bit of changes here. So we'll see. Like I said, I want to keep doing this during preseason and giving you guys updated, Western and Eastern Conference odds, division odds, Stanley Cup odds, President Trophy odds even. Obviously, preseason will take a little bit of. It'll definitely take out a little bit of the number there when it comes to how these games have been playing. So. Just be on the lookout for that. So, let's do it. It's 12:23 in the East. And like I said, this show, Pete's Power Plays, is sponsored by BetUS. Set up with an account today. Okay, go to BetUS, set up an account, use the promo code 12ounce. All right, they'll set you right up right away with a 125% deposit right there. So, always remember to gamble responsibly. Zingo TV, channel 761. Those out there that are tuning in, welcome aboard. Thank you so much. And like I said, I mean, it's a simple, easy, Zingo. Download it. It's a free app. And head over to channel 761 where you'll be hearing today's episode live of Pete's Power Plays. And last but not least, Amazon.com. We have a site out there. Get bundled up. Cold weather is right around the corner. Go to www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Once again, www.12ouncesportsradio.com/Amazon. Also, last but not least, Pick'em Wars. All right, Pick'em Wars. Calling all sports fans. Once again, I want to keep on saying this time in and time out. Calling all sports fans. Show us what you got. Win cash prizes. Compete against friends, relatives, significant others. Free contests are posted every week. The pick is absolutely yours, and it's called the Pick'em Wars. That's how it is. Simple and sweet. It's 100% free play. Basically, 100% free to play sports game. We offer weekly contests for NFL and NCAA games. All you do is pick the winners of each game. The users with the most correct picks share a piece of our weekly prizes. Do you like sports? Do you like winning free money? Well, listen, you're going to be watching the game anyways. We all do. And so, once again, join them today. Join us all today at pick'emwars.com to play. Simple as that. Give them a run for their money. Absolutely great app there and website. I mean, they'll take good care of you. They pay out fantastic as well. They even have UFC and MLB. They're going to be grabbing NCAA basketball and NHL in the near future. So sign up today, pick'emwars.com. Again, take advantage of it. Right? These are great people. So now, moving forward to the last 5 minutes of the show here, the NHL President's Trophy winner odds. I don't know. I as much as I do think the Colorado Avalanche most likely will take the cake here, but there could be some outsiders here. There could absolutely be some outsiders here. So let's run down the odds. The Colorado Avalanche are at plus 250. The Tampa Bay Lightning are at plus 350. The Toronto Maple Leafs at plus 550. Vegas Golden Knights at plus 650. The Boston Bruins at 12-1. Florida Panthers at 18-1. Pens 20-1. Minnesota Wild at 25-1. Islanders at 25-1. Oilers 28-1. Hurricanes 30-1. Rangers at 35-1. Dallas 40-1. Blues and the Caps all three as well at 40-1. The Philadelphia Flyers at 50-1. Calgary Flames at 66-1. Blackhawks, Canadians, and Kraken. Even the Canucks and Jets all at 66-1. And then you get down to the nitty-gritty. Kings 125-1, Preds 125-1, Devils 125-1. And then you could definitely eliminate these teams. But the Sharks at 250-1, Jackets at 500-1, Wings 500-1, and then Ducks, Coyotes, Sabres, and Sens all at 1,000-1. Absolutely no bet there for me. But if you're thinking the obvious here, Avalanche here at plus 250, of course. That's screaming big time. I mean, their over/under in total points is at 110, I believe, this year. So we're 110.5. A lot of people are on the over. I'm on the over this year as well. It just really depends on the goaltending situation there. Obviously, Grubauer going to the Seattle Kraken isn't going to help the Avs, but they bring in Ranta and Anderson, I believe. So we'll see what happens in the terms of the Avs. But at plus 250, I mean, it's chalk there. Tampa at plus 350. They lost a lot of guys during the offseason. Sure, they could absolutely win it, but I don't think they will. Leafs, to me, Leafs are always, you think would be a over 100-point team or at least a shot to win the President's Trophy, absolutely. But I just don't see it happening. I think, honestly, if I'm going to take a team that's worth value here, I want to say the Boston Bruins at 12-1, plus 1,200. $100 pays you $1,200. I just, they're always going to be good, this Boston Bruins team, and they'll fight to get to that President's Trophy, absolutely. But at 12-1, I think those are great odds. It's not chalk. You're getting a solid number there. So I do like Boston at 12-1. And everything else, I would consider the Edmonton Oilers at 28-1. Just because of their offense, but again, it really depends on their defense. And well, they brought in Hyman, don't get me wrong, but in terms of the goaltending, I mean, you're going to see a lot of goals basically being scored on Mike Smith. But if you want to think outside the box here, Edmonton Oilers at 28-1 to win the President's Trophy is phenomenal odds. I mean, I would put a couple bucks down on that just to see what happens. But I definitely lean the Boston Bruins at 12-1. I absolutely like that. But if you're thinking cream of the crop, I mean, the Colorado Avalanche plus 250. I mean, it's as chalky as it gets. So that's basically where I stand. Avs, Boston Bruins, and then my long shot with the Edmonton Oilers at 28-1. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, that concludes the show. I hope you all had a great time with me. As always, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 12 in the East, 9 in the West. I'll be retweeting the show like always if you missed out. Clients, just thanks again for coming on board, signing up. More and more of you have been signing up by the day. So I am over that triple-digit client number as well, once again, for back-to-back seasons. So I appreciate you out there. I support each and every one of you. Thank you for trusting me, and I won't let you down. So if you're interested, DM me, and we'll get you started today. And I hope you all have a great, great, great Tuesday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.